in for a little bit more of a chill stream tonight. Just it's me doing my work, my schoolwork. Basically, that's what we're gonna be doing tonight. So we shall see how this goes. So if the tracking is a little off on my VTuber model, it's because I don't have my lights on right now. I opted not to have them on just because I don't really want to have the lights on. It bothers me. It makes me lose concentration or rather work in all darkness. Also, I'm drinking this like energy drink called Jocko Go from I guess a bodybuilder Jocko, or I guess what was he, like an ABC or something like that. I don't remember. I don't really like it. I'm powering through it right now. It's not really my favorite, but it's doing the job. It has 95 milligrams of caffeine, so it's like it would be enough. So yeah, that's what we're drinking right now, and we'll probably continue going from there. But for the meantime, just doing my essay. If you can read it from right here, good for you. If you can't, then you know, I'm sorry about that. I also have multiple tabs open, so yeah, you can probably see everything right there. So I have YouTube, but I'm not gonna be using that one anytime soon. I have the frog research one, which I probably should be using a lot more. And then you'll probably see what school I go to, whatever the fuck. So, my god, yeah. Waiting on my Logitech thing to finish updating, so that way we are able to hopefully have a little bit more of a better experience with the microphone. It's not bad. I like this microphone. I do want to upgrade eventually to a Shure M7B or something like that, but I can't really say. Yeah, this music is loud. You know, I could probably just lower like the Brave volume right here. Probably lower it a little bit more. See how that goes. Oh wow. Why does the microphone quality sound like that? Whoa, I didn't realize how loud it sounded. This is interesting. Let me lower it down a little bit more. I thought it was a lot higher. Sorry, I thought it was a lot lower. I'm gonna put it down to like 21.7 maybe decibels. No, let's do 16.3. Maybe 14.5. So yeah, so we'll keep it at that for the meantime. Damn, am I really that loud? I didn't realize how loud I was. I thought it was a lot, like, my volume was a lot lower than that, but oh well, it is what it is. We will continue to move forward. So yeah, so I'm just kind of going from here. Don't know if anybody's even going to join the stream, but we will see. We shall see. Probably be quiet for a lot of it anyway, so. Many of these African clawed frogs were either let go or escaped into the wilderness, leading to... Where was it? I wish I could use this one. This one seemed really interesting. Ooh, this one looks interesting. I want to read this one actually. I'll go from. Well, I will actually use this one. Let me actually read the one that was. Let's see. Help pregnancy test. Let's see this information. With readily available pregnancy tests stocked across our source shelves, it is hard to imagine a time when determining pregnancy was not so simple a task. Instead of the easy-to-use plastic cartridge we commonly imagine, the earliest reliable pregnancy tests utilized Xenopus laevis, also known as the African clawed frog. This method for identifying pregnancy using frogs was first developed in the 1930s by Lancelot Hogman and his students, Hillel Shapiro and Harry Warrenstein. Shapiro and Warrenstein, 1934. While studying the African clawed frog's camouflage abilities in South Africa, they ran into an interesting response when they injected the frog with pituitary extract from an ox. To the surprise of the group, the frog started ovulating after the injection. Hogben immediately recognized that the ox extracting human chorionic gonadotropin were chemically similar, and the idea to use this for pregnancy tests was put into action. The hormone HCG is created by the trophoblast tissue in an early embryo and is ideal for pregnancy testing. It is only created in women during the first trimester. And the test frogs were used to detect. Okay. It's a female mice or rabbits and sacrifice an animal. This is interesting. While pregnancy testing was reserved for emergency. In the 1930s and 1950s, thousands of frogs were shipped to hospitals all over the world and established themselves as staple medical supply closets. In the 1960s, chemical pregnancy tests were developed in a hotbed and it came out. Ooh. Okay, so I think I'm going to use this one to kind of establish the whole pregnancy testing. Where was the one that I was looking at? Okay. You know what I'm going to do? No, actually, no, probably not better. It's probably not a good idea to do that. How would I use this? I mean, it came from. How do I? How do I? Okay, let me see. Because I want to use this one. Of course, I want to use that one. Continue session. Yes. And I want to cite it. How do I do my citations? I'm just gonna do. Oh crap. Let me see. What's up, A? How you doing, dude? I don't know. I fell asleep. This dude. What are you doing up this late? Did you just wake up or what? You were watching Coachella. You don't remember what happened? Hey, honestly, it reminds me of back in the day when I used to just fall asleep and George Lopez would be on. So I have to say yeah, but I've been up since like 6 a.m. Is it because of the whole what's it called? Because of the chickens thing that you were talking about last time? Yeah. How did that go? If you don't mind me asking. Boring as fuck. No way. Oh, I just realized something. Oops, y'all can see my comments. Let me not show that. Y'all can see my comments and y'all can see my full name. Good thing this stream's not gonna be up after I'm done. I'm probably gonna like archive this stream. That's good, yeah. That's what it's probably would have established that the African clawed frog was able to determine. Look at my friend about Coachella, and then I fell asleep. That's crazy, dude. I've fallen asleep before while texting Mondo. I forgot we were talking about that. I just knocked the fuck out. Like, holy shit, Mondo, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I fell asleep. Mm. What is it again? With an oxes. What is a pituitary extract? I'm assuming Vay fell asleep again. That's funny. That's funny. Fucking Vay. Mm. See. Let me see. I don't know. I think I should be able to use this, right? I think I should be able to use this one. I don't know. I have a. Oh shoot! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, friend from Twitch. I just read this. Hello, hope you are doing well. What are you doing? What are you working on, if I may ask? I am currently working on a research paper for my English class. Kind of weird talking about that, but yeah, I'm working on a research paper for my English class, and I'm talking about what happened to frogs, because I noticed a long time ago that frogs were no longer in like local areas anymore, and they were a lot harder to find, because I used to grow when I was younger. I used to chase around them a lot, and I used to chase them around a lot with my friends. And as I grew older, I realized that I don't really see frogs anymore. When there was like a huge abundance of them for a very long time. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on at the current moment. No worries, it sounds interesting. Thank you, thank you. Mm. Let me see where it is again. Let me see. What's this one over here? Okay, let's see. Let's see where we're going at with right now. When I was a child, I remember playing outside my apartment building. Okay, and when I was a child, I remember playing outside my apartment building. I'm gonna remove apartment building and just put apartments. I remember playing outside my apartments and seeing no apartments because multiple apartments and seeing many frogs croaking and jumping along the grass as my friends and I went chasing them down for no other reason to distract ourselves from doing homework or whatever complications we had at home. As I grew older, I noticed that the abundance of frogs that I once saw during elementary school was diminishing. Year by year, less frogs would be seen, until one day it truly felt like they had disappeared. There was a specific path that I had to take to throw the trash out into the dumpster that was always filled with croaking and the occasional jump scare. But one day, it fell into complete silence. Only the rushing air streaming past the brick buildings could be heard, and that's when the question arose. Where did all the frogs go? I wasn't the only one that questioned the sudden disappearance of frogs from our local areas. Many were asking this too, and I didn't really find out about the actual cause until a streamer that I followed named Maya Higa was informing our audience about how humans used to use African clawed frogs as pregnancy tests before disposable pregnancy tests were readily available to the world. According to Kane Arnica, during a trip to South Africa, researcher Lancelot Hogbin and his colleagues were able to establish that the African clawed frog was able to ovulate and create eggs after being injected with the cocktail hormones pituitary extract from an ox. Later, Hogbin realized that this cocktail hormones from an ox was very similar to the pregnancy hormone that comes from women during pregnancy. I guess during pregnancy. Yeah, August was very similar to the pregnancy hormone that comes from women during pregnancy. And boom, baby, we now have a way to tell if someone was pregnant. This new way of testing for pregnancy was known as a Hogbin test, and hospitals all over the world were eager to jump on this new innovation. the African clawed frog trade began. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know what that's right about. All right, let's take a little 5-minute break well, not even a 5-minute break. I'm gonna take a little break, just to kind of like stretch a little bit. I haven't really been working on this for too long. I think how long have I been streaming for? So the streaming has been 31 minutes. I've been working on this for like maybe like an hour or two, maybe like an hour before this, before I decided to start streaming it. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to take a little break. I already drink an energy drink, so I'm gonna go throw this away. Probably go get some water, stretch for a little bit, and then I'll be right back. So give me like 4 minutes maybe. I'll be right back. Probably just for the BRB screen. BRB. All right. All right. All right. We are back. We're back, baby. All right. Let's see how this goes. All right. Let's get back to working on our essay. All right. There's a freezing? What the hell? A freeze warning. Apparently the S&P 500 is doing really well. Hmm. Failing to put the brakes on the situation would be disastrous, and not just because frogs are beautiful animals that act as linchpins for their ecosystem. We have also recently learned firsthand how terrible it can be when animal diseases spill over. Luckily, we're making progress. We know where this frog pandemic came from, and although it will be difficult, we are in the early stages of global fight back. We first realized frogs were in trouble in 1993 when several species started dying off at once in Queensland, Australia. Researchers quickly realized the frogs were all being killed by the same mysterious disease, which we now call chichardiomycosis. It wasn't until a few years later that the culprit was identified. In 1998, biologist Lee Berger at James Cook University in Australia and her colleagues described the microscopic fungus Batrachochytrium dendrobatitis, or BD, and showed that it causes disease. 501 number of amphibian species affected with the fungal disease. Mycosis, number of amphibian species that have been driven to by this. A closely related fungus called Batrachotrium salamandrivorans, or BSAL, which also causes mostly in salamanders and newts, was discovered in 2013. The most comprehensive study we have. There's so much. There's so much to read. Let me see. I don't really need the YouTube one. I'm just gonna put it a little bit back here. Or research. Probably end up. New folder. Holy piss. Holy moly. The Hogman test was a huge innovation for humans back in the 1930s, but what happens to all the frogs once new technology comes shaking up the medical world? We allow the frogs to roam free across the USA and world. Let's see. Are African clawed frogs carrier of the chytrid fungus? Okay. Ba 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 boom 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 boom. I need to go to YouTube. Where is my stream? Oh, there it is. I need to get pop out the chat. Put it right here so I can put my phone on charge. What? What the fuck? What did I do wrong? Oh, I guess I didn't control. There we go. I did it wrong. Oops. Alright, I'm gonna put my phone on charge. I'll be right back. Like, what's up, danger? I'm back. I'm back. I went to go play with my cat. And put my phone on charge too, of course, but primarily play with my cats. Let me see, where is it? Dun, 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 dun. What are we looking like on words on this? 401. You know what? I think we might actually be able to do this essay. Not tonight. Of course, it's gonna probably take like 3 or 4 days to complete. I need to do a lot of revision, trying to see if I can, how I can do the the other stuff better, but you know. Word. Or when something is not affected by disease. I'm sorry, I did the blank out. Oh, there we go. Is there not any? Oh, fuck. Hmm. I know one of these mentioned something about like a certain year. Hmm. No. Oh, that's good. I thought it closed it off. I'm like, no way, just close that off. I don't think I need that one anymore. We'll save this one too to frog research. What is the name of this? What is the name of this person? Oops, oops, oops. Let me let me how do I cite this? Okay, there you go. Good luck with the work. I definitely need a nap. Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate the help and thank you for thank you for being here and watching the stream. Hope you have a good rest of your night there or morning wherever you are stationed or wherever you are living. Um, Good luck with the nap and good luck with your studies or whatever it is that you're doing in life. Best of luck. Bye bye. Mm, mm. Come on. There we go. I don't want. No. How do I get rid of, like, how do I make sure comments don't show up? Maybe. How many pages is this? I mean, it's not that long, but damn, I just don't want to read that much. But I guess I have to, right? I think Faye fell asleep. That'd be funny if she did. What am I gonna do? What's I gonna do? What's I gonna do? Like an eyelash, I think, in my ear. I think that's not in my ear, my eye. They're really bothering me. Oh my god, I get distracted so easily. I don't know how people do this. Put this one in the front. Alright, that's what it's called. Chytromycosis. Oh no, chytridiomycosis. Chytridio. What the fuck? A funding fungus is part of the much broader group of aquatic fungi called chytrids. Most of them just feed on pollen or algae. The ones that affect frogs are a rare exception. Amphibians have thin, water-permeable skin which they breathe through. A BD fungus into the skin. No, sorry, my eye got started bothering me. Fuck. Oh my god, dude, my eyes are like fucking up. These fungus into the skin attacks gets attacked. We don't fully understand why, but not every infected animal develops chytromycosis. Those that do get experience problems with their nerves and with regulating their water and oxygen levels. With amphibians, you have the full spectrum, says Colby, who runs the Honduras Amphibian Rescue and Conservation Center. Some species nearly can't become infected or so resistant. Others absorb it like imp sponge and die in 5 days. It's difficult to determine exactly how the disease causes death because infected frogs are often in remote places. In one case where they've actually looked at a cause of death, there's heart arrhythmias. So essentially, a fungal infection of the skin causes a heart attack, says Trenton Garner at the Zoological Society of London. After parasiting an amphibian, the BD fungi goes through its reproductive cycle, releasing spores into the water, where they can latch onto other animals. A closely related fungus called, okay, I think I said that one, which also causes chytromycosis, mostly in salamanders and newts. So in 2013, the most comprehensive study we have, published in 2019, BD and BSAO have affected more than 500 amphibian. Can we fight back? We have plenty of creams that are effective at stopping fungal infection. One early day was to use these. 2008, researchers from the National Museum of Natural Sciences in Madrid, the Zoological Society of London, and Imperial College London decided to try this out in Majorca. They began capturing midwife toads and their tadpoles and treating them with the antifungal drug itraconazole. I've used that before. The researchers did drain the pools to get rid of any spores and allow them to naturally refill with rainwater. But when they returned to the following year, the toads were all infected again. It turned out the BD fungus had a trick up its sleeve. The neat but scary thing about chytrid is that it's an alternate saprobe, says Colby. Oh, it's a saprobe. Saprobe is an organism, primarily fungi and bacteria, that obtains nutrients by absorbing broken down, dead, or decaying organic matter. As key decomposers, they play an essential role in nutrient cycling. Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh, where was I? So in other words, they can switch from being a parasite to getting nutrition from decaying organic matter. This means that traces of chytrid could hide out in rocky crevices to feed on detritus while the pools were empty. When the toads came back, it could reinfect them. Oh, interesting. The first eradication. Undeterred, the researchers treated the toads again, this time thoroughly disinfecting the pools too. In 2015, after monitoring the toad population for a few years, the team announced that chytrid had been eradicated from the Rocky Mountain pools. Okay, interesting. That first eradication has been the only one so far. The midwife toads live in a small area. Many other frog populations dispersed across uses, making them far more difficult to catch and treat. Frogs don't call in sick, says Matthew Fisher at Imperial College London, who was a part of the team working in Majorca along with Gardner. You gotta find them. When they're small, when they're ill, they'll hide. They are often in remote places that you need helicopters to go to. If disinfecting ponds sounds like an extreme measure, it is. The team only took this step at Majorca because the pools are regularly refilled with rainwater, so the disinfectants don't cause lasting harm. A glimmer of hope is that some frogs, such as the critically endangered mountain chicken frog, which is endemic to the Caribbean islands of Dominica and Montserrat, have responded positively to conservation efforts. These frogs have been driven to extinction by chytrid in Montserrat, but after being bred elsewhere, were reintroduced to the island in 2019. Chytrid doesn't survive well at high temperatures. Oh, interesting. Keep fungus away from the reintroduced mountain chickens. New semi-wild enclosures. Conservationists are attempting to make the frogs' environment hotter by removing tree cover and heating their ponds. There's hope too in Panama. There, 12 species of frog have decreased in abundance after chytrid arrived in 2004, but a 2018 study showed that nine of the species were beginning to bounce back, possibly because they were evolving resistance to the fungus. Oh, interesting. As well as trying to save frogs from chytrid. People have been trying to determine where it comes from, and there's already been reviews of surprises that may help us fight the disease. For a long time, the prevailing hypothesis was that this fungus came from Africa and spread globally in the mid-20th century. Unlikely as it sounds, this idea was largely based on the way that pregnancy tests worked before the invention of pneumococcal. Believe it or not, this involved frogs. Frogs don't call us sick. They're often in very remote places that you need a helicopter to go to. The story begins with a British zoologist named Lancelot Hogben, who studied hormone. Oh yeah, I think. So you see that. However, more recent evidence points to a different origin. By studying the DNA of chytrids, it has become clear that they have been around for millions of years. Various strains have long existed all around the world, and amphibians live more. Let me see. So is it a lie? So is it a lie? So I'm confused now. Is it fake? Alright, let me see. We know that amphibians in Southeast Asia are generally more resistant to the most dangerous strain of BD, the one responsible for the panzootic than amphibians are elsewhere. This is just a panzootic strain originally came from Southeast Asia. We believe amphibians have been living with this particular chytrid for at least 40 million years, which is a very long time. Frogs from this region are possibly then exported both to be pets and for life. The strain circulated most widely now appears to be a highly virulent hybrid between the initial Asian strain and another chytrid and another strain of VD, which discovered there could be more parallels with the COVID-19 pandemic. This is just a course of action that could slow chytrid spread. Tight controls are banned on amphibians, although chytrid is found worldwide. There are pockets of habitat. It's Madagascar hotspot. Fucking hell, dude. This really went from bad to worse, huh? Dude, I have something in my eye. It's like really, really bothering me. I don't know what's going on, but like it's like really annoying. What's up with G Hub? Come on, G Hub. I telling you to work, and you better work. You better work, damn it. You better work. I need to get like a cotton swab and just like swab all over on my eye. Let me see something. Hi guys, I woke up. What's up, Vay? What are you doing? I'm still working on my essay. I had a feeling you fell asleep, which is kind of funny because like you said I was texting my friend about Coachella and then fell asleep and you fell back asleep. So I was like, yeah, she probably fell back asleep. But welcome back. You should probably go to sleep fully though. Just like an FYI, just an FYI. No, as funny and horrifying as. Gotta get her name right, Charles. Eh, I will. Alrighty, dude. Well, just go to sleep. Go to sleep. Don't worry about old me. I got an essay to finish. I got shiver to my spine. How long have I been working on this for? I wish I could see how long I've been working for. I wonder. I need to stop getting distracted. Now, as funny and horrifying as frogs being used as pregnancy test is, Charles Krista. Damn, dude, I'm just like messing up so much. Messing up so much. 2 views. We're down. We're at 3 concurrent viewers. People of the internet, if you're watching my stream, please, 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 please. I guess we'll just keep it under entertainment, right? I mean, that's the thing. I'll just keep it. Please put a like on the stream. I would greatly appreciate it, and it'll help me a lot. Please, 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 please help your future medical lab tech. Please, I beg of you. Research something. So eso clicking on it. Sí. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my god. I don't want to continue working on this. I'm like getting bored. I'm getting bored. I'm getting bored. I need to stimulate my brain, but I have to continue working on this because if not, I won't continue. And I will just stop doing it. Okay. I only gotta do it for 2 more hours. Anyway, so I need something to stimulate my brain a little bit, to kind of keep me on edge. What's a quick? What's something quick I could do right now? You know what'll help right now? I need to go pee. I'm gonna go pee. think I feel better. I'm not really sure. Not really sure. We'll find that in a second. I got some on, but hey, biscuit. They're not salted. They're kind of disappointing. Well, I'm gonna put it back. Oh, they were salted, but they aren't. So kind of disappointing. Yeah, pretzels. I don't like pretzels. But is there anything to snack on? Alright, I'm gonna take a little bit more, a little longer break. Let's see on the computer. Let's see. What can we do for right now? Mm-hmm. I'm getting recommended golf games because of my of me playing golf with friends. Sorry, not golf with friends. Over battle golf. Ain't no rush for the weapon. Hey, well, let's watch. Let's watch the Xenoverse thing real quickly. Age 1000. Oh, it's an iconic song. Okay. aura forming as per usual. That motherfucker's always aura forming, dude. Cam?
Sparkle in my flow, untouchable, cause you know I'm the one. A rhythm here, the beat, cool looks, your voice so divine, jewel perfection. Is this for real?
It's like I hearing the it's like I hitting the oh, what's that one stance? Oh. Fuck. What is it called? I forgot what it's called. Whatever. Okay.
My new song's out. Hope you like it.
Look alive! Another incident in New City. That's your cue to head out and take care of it.
All right.
Is that sound like Bulma? It sounds like Bulma.
Brett, ready? Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Why does he look like the Great Saiyan man? Oh, Kiga Toriyama. Okay. These pretzels smell weird. I don't like it. Okay.
Hey, partner. The incident should
Oh my god, it's John. It's John Dragon Ball.
be just up ahead. Careful, though. I might just steal the spotlight myself.
God, I hate how pretzel tastes. This just is awful. I don't know how people eat these things.
Now, here comes the hero.
They smell terrible too. They smell like somebody who hasn't washed their penis in a while. Or what they smell like. Is that all a dream? It is fucking Bulma. Fucking Bulma.
That's gonna hurt tomorrow. Wow, you really caught me off guard.
Oh, that's not Bulma. Never mind.
You okay?
Oh, is that Bulma? He might be an old coworker of mine. 2027? Fuck. Yes, we see the Pit Piccolo. What's this?
Take this.
Over here!
You're finished.
It's just as the mad doctors intended.
We're getting new things for Sparking Zero. Oh, new characters? Oh, wow. New characters could be adding anyway.
Take this.
Let's do this.
Wow.
I'll protect the peace of the whole galaxy.
Jacko?
Check it. Here you go.
Ooh.
It was you against the universe. You nearly won. I hope you can come back once more. But good.
Your evil can't be allowed to exist in this world.
I'll get you.
Fidel, join me.
I'm on it, Sandman.
Don't you mock me.
We're settling this right here and now.
I
Okay.
come up with a fun new game. I got a favor for ya.
All right. You ready?
You have earned being crushed beneath my feet.
Gotcha.
If you can
Okay.
complete the task, I have a wonderful reward ready for you.
Well, are you ready? I'm not the same anymore.
Whoa. Yeah, for new stages. Oh my god, comments please. Let's go. W.
I'll knock you out in no time flat.
Kame House. W.
As I am now, I can more than easily
Oh,
take
is
you
this
on
where
a
they
ride.
fought Broly? Yeah, yeah. Bitter Tundra.
I can never forgive you.
And Stratosphere. Planet Vegeta. Okay. Oh, Earth. Okay.
Do it. Put it on to this next attack.
Let's do it.
It's okay. I'll protect you. Don't worry.
Don't worry, Lord Frieza. I'll take care of everything.
Wait, what? Wait, what? What a Chain Blast.
Do it. Put it on to this next attack.
New battle system for fiercer, more intense battles.
Do it.
Chain Blast.
I'll protect you. Don't worry.
Don't worry, Lord Frieza. I'll take care of everything.
Well, that's gonna be crazy. Working boost.
Ultra Big Bang. Kamehameha.
I wonder if they're gonna charge us for this.
Break through the limit.
Oh, okay, I like the song. Okay. The guy who played Nam and Tenkaichi 3 for more than 1,000 hours can finally rest. Can get a huge comeback. I'm excited, Loki. I'm excited. Oh, wait, this is a video hosted
So
last
I
time.
go to college in the southern U.S. of A, babe.
Okay, let me not watch that. Let me continue on this. So now that I got a little energy, I'm probably gonna continue working until like 6 o'clock in the morning, probably. So we'll see how this goes. Ah, come on, dude. Hi, Biscuit. Ay, mamá. How you doing, mi niña? Buena pechocha hermosa. Ya se levantó la niña. Ya se levantó la niña. Hey, don't, okay, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna mess up the thing. Move. Biscuit, move. Move, mama. Move. I know you want pets right now. Actually, I actually don't even know if you want pets. I'm just petting you. You're allowing me to. Baby's cute. Her right side. She loves being pet on her right side. Okay, move. No, ma'am. Leave that alone. Alright. Leave that alone. No. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Dude. Move. Biscuit. Move your stinky butt out the way. I'm trying to do my schoolwork. Move. Thank you, Mama. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for moving out the way. Even though you'll probably just come back anyways and do whatever the fuck you want to do. Biscuit, what are you doing? Panzootic strain, what's that? Biscuit, move. Oh, okay, let's see what that means. Let's see what that means. Let me see. Now, as funny and horrifying as frogs being used as pregnancy tests is, Charles Christus states that African clawed frogs are not the only culprits for this disease being spread around the world. Recent studies, at least up until 2021, have shown that chytrids have existed for millions of years all over the world, and amphibians have been able to live with their strand on their region of the world due to them building a level of immunity with their chytrid neighbor. Amphibians have been able to live with their strand in their region of the world due to them building a level of immunity with their chytrid neighbor. Whiskey, you good, mama? What's wrong, mama? What's wrong? You need a bath. You need a bath. You need a bath, mama. Hmm. Okay. The Hogbin test was a huge innovation for us humans back in the 1930s and 1940s, but what happens to all those frogs when new technology comes shaking up the medical world? We allow the frogs to roam free. We allow the frogs to roam free across the USA and world. Also mentioned by Kent and Arnica is that the African clawed frog is a carrier of the chytrid fungus that is very dangerous. Okay, hold on, let me see. So when I was a child, okay, I wasn't doing that. Okay. This new way of testing for pregnancy was known as a Hogman test, and hospitals all over the world were eager to jump on this new innovation. And so the African clawed frog trade began. The Hogman test was an innovation for humans back in the 1930s and 40s, but what happens to all those frogs when new technology comes shaking up the medical world? We allow the frogs to roam free across the USA and world. Also mentioned by Kent and Arnica is that the African clawed frog is a carrier of the chytrid fungus that is very dangerous to amphibians that are not immune to it. But this wasn't really known until 1993 when researchers in Queensland, Australia noticed that several amphibian species were dying off, and a couple years later in 1990 they were able to find this mystery disease known as chytridiomycosis that derives from the chytrid fungi. Now, as funny and horrifying as frogs being used as pregnancy test is, Charles Christa says that the African clawed frogs are not the only culprits for the disease being spread around the world. Recent studies, at least up until 2021, have shown that chytrids have existed for millions of years all over the world, and amphibians have been able to live with their strand in the region of the world due to them building a level of immunity with a chytrid neighbor. Now, as funny and horrifying as frogs being used as pregnancy tests is, Charles Christos stated that African clawed frogs are not the only culprits for the disease being spread around the world. Recent studies, at least up until 2021, have shown that chytrids have existed for millions of years all over the world, and amphibians have been able to live with their strand in their region of the world due to them building a level of immunity with their chytrid neighbor. Amphibians in the Southeast Asian region of the world have been known to be the most any likely that. Mm. Amphibians in the Southeast Asian region of young Mauritius is the most dangerous strain of BD. This quote hints that it is highly likely that amphibians located in Southeast Asia were more likely exported to other regions of the world. Okay, hold on. Let me see now. Amphibians in Southeast Asian region of the world, generally Mauritius is the most dangerous strain of BD. This quote hints that it is highly likely that the amphibians located in Southeast Asia. Okay. Or more than likely export to other regions of the world as exotic pets or used for lab experiments, and why most of the amphibians in Okay, now as funny and horrifying as frogs being used for pregnancy tests is, Charles Krista states that African clawed frogs are not the only culprits for this disease being spread around the world. Recent studies, at least up until 2021, have shown that chytrids have existed for millions of years all over the world, and amphibians have been able to live with their strand in their region of the world due to them building a level of immunity with their chytrid neighbor. Amphibians in the Southeast Asian region of the world are generally more resistant to the most dangerous strain of BD. This quote hints that it is highly likely the amphibians located in Southeast Asia were more than likely exported to other regions of the world as exotic pets or used for lab experiments, and why most of the amphibians in those regions were catastrophically affected by the SEA strain of BD. What the name of it was? What was BD? I thought earlier, but I don't remember what it was. My butt, my back. Oh my god. Well, hints that it is highly likely that amphibians located in Southeast Asia were more likely, more than like, more than like, more than likely. This quote hints that it is highly likely that amphibians located in Southeast Asia. This quote hints that it is highly likely that amphibians located in Southeast Asia were exported to other regions of the world as exotic pets or used for live experience, while most of the amphibians in those regions of the world, were catastrophically affected by the SEA strain of BD. Okay, let me read from the very beginning. When I was a child, I remember playing outside my apartments and seeing many frogs croaking and jumping along the grass, and my friends and I went chasing them down for no other reason than to distract ourselves from doing homework or whatever complication we had at home. As I grew older, I noticed that the abundance of frogs that I once saw during elementary school was diminishing. Year by year, less frogs would be seen, until one day it truly felt like they had disappeared. There was a specific path that I used. There was a specific path that I had to take to throw the trash out into the dumpster that was filled with croaking and the occasional jump scare. But one day, it fell into complete silence. Only the rushing air streaming past the brick buildings could be heard, and that's when the question arose: where did all the frogs go? I wasn't the only one that questioned the sudden disappearance of frogs from local areas. Many were asking this too, and I didn't really find out about it I didn't really find out about the actual cause until a streamer that I follow named Maya Higa was informing her audience about how humans used to use African clawed frogs as pregnancy tests before disposable pregnancy tests were readily available to the world. According to Kenton Arnica, during a trip to South Africa, researcher Lancelot Hogbin and his colleagues were able to establish that the African clawed frog was able to ovulate and create eggs after being injected with a cocktail of hormones, pituitary extract, from an ox. Gang Lang, it's 5 a.m. I am aware. I hears the birds. Then go to sleep, brother. Go to sleep. Later, Hogbin realized this cocktail of hormones from an ox was very similar to the pregnancy hormone that comes from women during pregnancy. And boom, baby, we now have a way to tell if someone was pregnant. This new way of testing for pregnancy was known as a Hogman test, and hospitals all over the world were eager to jump on this new innovation, and so the African clawed frog trade began. The Hogman test was an innovation for humans back in the 1930s and 40s, but what happens to all those frogs once new technology comes shaking up the medical world? We allow the frogs to roam free across the USA and world. Also mentioned by Kent and Arnica is that the African clawed frogs are carriers of citrus fungus that is very dangerous to amphibians that are not immune to it. But this wasn't really known until 1993, where researchers in Queensland, Australia, noticed that several amphibian species were dying off, and a couple years later, in 1998, where it will in a couple what, and then a couple of years later, in 1998, were able to find this mysterious disease. Also, sorry I fell asleep. You don't need to apologize, dude. No need to apologize for falling asleep. You get your rest, dude. Okay, good luck. Don't work too much. Good night. Sleep well. Alright, babe. Thank you, you too. Have a good night, dude. Sleep well and good dreams, I guess. Yeah. Now, as funny and horrifying as frogs being used as pregnancy test is, Charles Christie states that African clawed frogs are not the only culprits for this disease being spread. Not the only culprits for this disease being spread around the world. Recent studies, at least up until 2021, have shown that chytrids have existed for millions of years all over the world, and amphibians have been able to live with their strand in the region of the world due to them building a level of immunity with their chytrid neighbor. Amazing. Let me see. Showing that the chytrids have existed for millions of years all over the world, and amphibians have been able to live with their strand in their region of the world due to them building a level of immunity. Yeah, I've shown that this fungus has existed for millions of years all over the world, and amphibians have been able to live with their strand in their region of the world due to them building a level of immunity with their chytrid neighbor. Amphibians in the Southeast Asian region of the world are generally more resistant to the most dangerous strain of BD. This quote hints that it is highly likely that amphibians located in Southeast Asia were exported to other regions of the world as exotic pets or used for lag experiment, and why most of the amphibians in those regions were catastrophically affected by the SEA strain of BD. Alright, we got about 1 more hour until I call it quits. I don't think this is useful anymore. Oh man. Fuck. What did I have on that one? X. A lot of the conversation have been focused on where the disease came from, not really how this disease affects amphibians. Most of the conversation has been focused on how BD was first introduced into the world, but not how BD affects amphibians. Alright, I'm taking another little break. Yeah, I need to take a break. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. Need to get some level of something. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hey yo. Wendy sells tenders since when? Don't they have the 5 little biggie bag now? Okay. Oh. What the hell? Okay. Oh. No way. Oh. shit. Oh god. Holy shit, dude. What the fuck? Dude, that's crazy. I didn't even know about that about Texas City. And I was in that city like, oh shit, what the fuck happened to my what? Oh, my VTuber doing that. I was in that city like maybe like a couple months ago. Holy crap! I did not know about that. That's interesting, actually. I'm gonna post it. Okay, I'm watching. Ew. That's crazy. Alright, chat. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know how much long. I don't think I'm gonna be able to stay up for much longer. So we're probably gonna like shorten this up to like 5:30 maybe. Me, what time is my appointment with my professor? Fuck. 2:34. Okay, I think. Let me see. Time is right now 2:34. I probably want to make a book at 2 p.m. Okay, I think I got more. I think I got a little bit more time. Most of the conversation. Oh shit. The conversation is talking about how BD was first introduced into the world, but not how BD affects her slimy cloaking buddies. Let's see. I just feel like my stream is like a little wonky right now. No, that's not what I meant to do. That's not what I meant to do. Just 13 pages. Let me see this. Okay, let me no. Okay. What was thing called? Um. Okay. You know what, chat? I'm gonna call it quits. I don't. Let me see. Let me see if I can actually push through. Okay, yeah, I'm calling it quits. I cannot continue going anymore. I'm gonna end it right here. So I hope you all have a good rest of your night, day, or morning, and I'll catch you all on the next stream, whenever that is. All right, bye guys. Bye bye.